yes, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to week 1 of the magical readathon for the autumn equinox. I'm so excited. I love it when it's time to go back to Aurelium. It's one of my favorite times of the year. Full disclosure, the magical readathon actually won't start for 2 more days, but I was filming today, so I figured I might as well film the intro to this vlog, especially because I've already picked out my TBR and I'm just like staring at it constantly, and I already know what I'm going to read during the first week, so I figured I might as well kick this vlog off and get things going. If you don't know, the magical readathon is a year-long readathon. It's organized by G at Book Rose. I will have her information linked in the description box, as well as like the introduction video for what you need to know if you want to participate. But basically it is a role-playing style readathon where we make characters and we go to a magical school and we read books. This September semester is also extra special for me because my character is finishing out her 4th and final term in the Archmage calling, which means she will be graduating with a master's certificate this year, which is very, very exciting. And now we should chat about the TBR. So if everything goes according to plan, which I'm not gonna lie, this year things have not been going according to plan, but if everything goes according to plan, this video should go up on a Friday or a Saturday. And because September starts on a Monday, that means that for the first week back at Aurelium, I actually don't have a full week before I want to get this video posted. So I have been a little selective with what I want to read. I plan to start with The Memory of Souls. I know I just said it's a short week. That's because this is the book that I'm reading for my book club. So I'll actually only be reading the first quarter of the book during like the very first week, and that is 153 pages, so that should be pretty manageable. So this is what I'm going to start with for week 1. This is an epic high fantasy series. This is book 3 in the series. And then in addition to that, because I can't only read 153 pages in a week, like I've got to get 8 books completed in September, so we gotta go. I'm also going to read What Hunger. The goal is to start and finish this entirely in the week. This is the shortest book that I have on my TBR for my classes. This is an adult horror novel, and if I'm correct, it is about cannibalism, so that should be fun. Those are my reading plans for week 1 of the magical readathon. I will talk to you in 2.5 days when the readathon officially starts. Hello, it's update time. Yes, I'm looking like a scrub today. Today is going to be a laundry day, a cleaning day, and a reading day. So you get scrub, Jessica. Did I look so cute yesterday when I went out to dinner with Jake and his grandma? If you hear the puppy tip-tapping around, he wants to come see what I'm doing. I looked so cute. We went out to a little Italian place. Did I vlog even a second of that? No. So instead of cute Jessica, you guys get this. So enjoy. I just wanted to do an update. First of all, I have finished this week's section of The Memory of Souls. I'm loving it. I really want this to be like the first 5-star in the series. The first quarter of it is definitely giving that 5-star feeling. I'm simply obsessed. I can't even really tell you about this book. Just know that like this is the 3rd book in an epic high fantasy series, and it really really just has like a little bit of everything. There's magical creatures, dragons, which are magical creatures, ancient prophecies, gods interfering with mortal affairs, assassins, thieves guilds, zombies, brain-sucking mimics. Like, there's just everything. It's so fantastic. I'm so obsessed. Can I tell you what the plot of this is? No, I literally can't tell you anything. So this is so far a pretty pointless update, but I will just say that in book 1, we're mainly getting a character named Kieran's story, and then in book 2, we get Janelle's story, and now in book 3, Kieran and Tareth and Janelle are all together doing their world-saving shenanigans that they need to do. My favorite characters are Tareth and Janelle, but Kieran and I don't know if it's Tareth or Tareth, but like Kieran and Tareth are so funny when they're together. They're best friends, and there's also like incredible sexual tension between the two of them. If you were not attracted to this man, you would not be getting distracted by his bare legs. I'm sorry to break it to you, Kieran, but straight men don't get distracted by other men's legs. Like, the dynamic between the two of them is just so fantastic. When you add Janelle in there, it makes like the dynamic even better. There's just a lot of tension between the three of them, and also like a lot of layers to their relationship, which I don't want to get into because I consider it to be spoilers. But like, also Tareth and Kieran are still best friends, even though that like sexual tension is there between them. They just like tease each other and make fun of each other all the time, like the way best friends do, and them poking fun at each other and like, it's so funny. And I just kind of forgot how much I missed the dynamic between the two of them in book 2. I don't even know if Kieran and Tareth have like more than one conversation in book 2, because like I said, book 2 is about Janelle primarily. So I'm just loving, first of all, that now all of them are together, like the gang has been assembled type of deal. So I like that. I like that the plot of the series is moving forward, and I missed Tareth, and I missed him making fun of Kieran on a daily basis, and he's doing it again. And I love it. So everyone cross your fingers with me that this continues to stay a 5-star read, because the first quarter I absolutely loved. I will not be picking this back up until the second week of the readathon, and then I will read that second section there. I also am this far into What Hunger. It's like a little over 100 pages. This entire book is like 270 pages. It is the shortest that I'll be reading this month. I'm happy that I'm reading this. I'm happy that I selected this book. And also, like, whoever decided to make the hardcover this hot pink, congratulations. You have made good decisions. But I will say that this book is a lot sadder than I thought it was gonna be. This is an adult horror novel, but we do follow a teenage girl. When we start like the book, she is 14, about to start her first year of high school. It's like the start of summer vacation before she goes to high school, and then also before her brother goes off to college for the very first time. So the main character, Veronica, her and her brother were born in America, but their parents are immigrants from Vietnam, and they don't really like to talk about their pasts. You get the sense that like there is a lot of trauma there. They don't really talk about their feelings. A lot of the demonstrations of familial love are through like small actions here and there, rather than like actually speaking to each other. Obviously, I still have to read like over half of the book, so I don't know, but I definitely think that this is, I mean, it is already for sure speaking to the Asian diaspora experience. Veronica and her brother like don't really speak very much Vietnamese. Their parents seem to both want them to be American and embrace American life, but like also they get kind of criticized by the Vietnamese community around them for not eating enough Vietnamese food and not speaking enough Vietnamese and not going to the Vietnamese church. I think as the book moves forward, we will probably also get into some generational trauma. There's definitely like some conflicts between the siblings and the parents, of like the parents being like, well, like you don't appreciate this, blah blah blah, and the kids being like, well, like you raised us like this. You didn't teach us to speak Vietnamese, so like you can't be upset that we don't speak it well. Conflicts like that. But this book is just like, honestly, it's so sad. There are two extremely traumatic things that happen in this book, and I am going to spoil one of them, but not the other, because neither of them are in the synopsis of this book. I did check, but I did just want to say a content warning and a trigger warning in this book. There is rape in here. Veronica goes to her first high school party and she is assaulted and raped at this party. It is on page and it is devastating to read. I will say that it's not like ultra graphic in the details, but it is emotionally devastating. So I did just want to give that caveat, that warning, if you're planning on picking up this book. That is one of the very traumatic things. I won't spoil the other traumatic thing because it's not in the synopsis. It's been a really sad book so far. So far, none of the horror elements have really kicked in, but I think because the sexual assault literally just happened, I think that that is probably going to be the tipping point that moves Veronica into maybe hungering for things that she shouldn't hunger for. That's where I'm at. This book is absolutely devastating me right now. I did not expect it to be this sad. I honestly kind of thought it was going to be gruesome and gross, but like a kind of a silly fun time. It was pitched as a coming of age story for fans of Jennifer's Body, and Jennifer's Body is very camp. And this is not camp at all. I'm not mad about the advertising, the marketing for this book. I do like it. I am very glad that I picked this up. I just would have liked to know that it was going to be very depressing. Like I said earlier, I have a lot of cleaning to do, I've got laundry to do, and honestly my goal is to finish this book today. I will talk to you soon. Hello again. If I look sweaty, it's because I am. I'm gonna go shower after this. Like I said, I did finish What Hunger. I'm so happy that I picked this. This book is fantastic. I think I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. And also I do think that this is a book that would definitely be a good reread. Horror and thrillers don't always make for good rereads, though I do think horror makes for better rereads than thrillers, but I could definitely see myself rereading this book in the future. But again, it's very, very heavy. If you like adult horror and you want a book that is about family, that is about female rage, that is a coming of age story, that is about grief, then I definitely recommend this. It's a really good book. It's really well written. Veronica makes for a really interesting character to exist within her head. It is just her POV. I don't want to say like I enjoyed this book because that's not the right word, but I'm really happy, again, not the right word, that I read Veronica's story. I think it's extremely impactful. It's moving. It's infuriating. And I think there's quite a bit in here to relate and resonate with, especially if you are a woman or a girl. I don't have really much else to say about this book other than like what I already said in the first update. It's really short. I don't want to spoil anything. If you do need, please look up content warnings. Again, this book is very depressing. It's very sad. There's a lot of trauma in here. I gave it 4 stars and I do recommend this book. I know that this is a pretty short vlog if you compare it to some of my other vlogs, but I am going to end the week 1 magical readathon vlog here. Technically, the first week of the readathon is not over, but I do want to be able to get this video up by this weekend, so we're gonna call it here. It's been a good start to the readathon. I'm loving where I'm at in Memory of Souls. I gave What Hunger a 4 star, so it's been a really good week 1. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you need more magical readathon content, I am going to link my friend Kitty down below. She always participates in the magical readathon and we're also in the same guild, so make sure you check out her channel and also G's channel for more magical readathon content. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope that you stay safe this week and I'll see you next week for week 2. Goodbye!